Come closer, a tale is about to unfold. Cinderella. Once upon a time, there lived a gentleman whose second marriage brought great splendor into his house, but little peace. His new wife was a woman of unbearable pride, cold, calculating, and fiercely vain. She brought with her 2 daughters, both reflections of herself, sharp-tongued, selfish, and obsessed with appearances. From his first marriage, the gentleman had a daughter, gentle, radiant, and kind beyond measure. Everything her stepmother and stepsisters lacked, she possessed effortlessly, and that was exactly why they hated her. The moment the wedding celebrations ended, the cruelty began. The stepmother could not tolerate the girl's goodness. It exposed everything ugly in her own daughters, so she buried it, crushed it, humiliated it. Cinderella, as she would come to be called, was forced into the lowest tasks of the household. She cleaned chambers she was forbidden to sleep in. She washed dishes, polished furniture, and carried the weight of the house alone. At night, while her stepsisters slept in luxurious rooms with polished floors, towering mirrors, and velvet bedding, Cinderella climbed to a dark, miserable attic and laid herself on a bed of straw. And still, she never complained. Sadly, her father might have helped, but he didn't. He was weak, completely ruled by his wife. So Cinderella endured everything in silence. When her work was done, she would sit by the hearth, surrounded by ashes and soot. That was how they named her, Cinderwench. But the youngest stepsister, less cruel than the rest, gave her a softer name, Cinderella. And even in rags, even covered in ash, she was more beautiful than both sisters combined. Then one day, everything changed. The king's son announced a grand ball. Every noble, every lady of fashion, every person of importance was invited. And of course, Cinderella's stepsisters, who believed themselves the finest women in the land, were among them. The house erupted into chaos. Silks were chosen, jewels inspected, dresses altered and re-altered, every detail obsessed over. And who did all the work? Cinderella. She ironed their gowns, styled their hair, fastened their ribbons, all while listening to them talk endlessly about how magnificent they would look.
"I'll wear my red velvet gown with French trimming,"
declared the eldest.
"And I,"
said the younger.
"will wear my gold-flowered manteau and my diamond stomacher. It's far from ordinary."
They spent days preparing, so consumed with vanity they barely ate. And still, Cinderella served them, calm, precise, flawless in everything she did. As she dressed their hair, they mocked her.
"Cinderella,"
one sneered.
"wouldn't you love to come to the ball?"
She gave a soft, sad smile.
"You're only making fun of me. Someone like me doesn't belong there."
They laughed.
"You're right. Imagine a Cinder girl at a royal ball. People would laugh themselves to death."
The night arrived. The sisters left in a storm of excitement and perfume, leaving Cinderella standing alone at the door, watching until they disappeared. And then she broke. Tears fell freely, uncontrollably. That's when a voice spoke.
"What is it, my child?"
It was her godmother, a fairy. Cinderella tried to speak, but the words dissolved into sobs.
I wish I could go."
The fairy smiled gently. "You wish to go to the ball?" Cinderella nodded through tears.
"Then you shall.
What followed felt like a dream. A pumpkin became a golden carriage, mice transformed into powerful horses. A rat became a finely dressed coachman, lizards turned into footmen in shimmering livery. And then, with a single touch, Cinderella's rags vanished. In their place, a gown of blue and silver, alive with light, adorned with jewels that caught every flicker of air. On her feet, glass slippers, the most delicate, dazzling shoes ever seen. Cinderella stared at herself, breathless.
Am I truly to go like this?
Her godmother's voice turned serious.
You may go, but listen carefully. This magic will end at midnight, not a moment later. If you stay beyond it, everything will vanish.
I promise.
Cinderella said, and with that she stepped into the carriage. The palace was alive with music. But when Cinderella arrived, everything stopped. The dancing froze. The music fell silent. Conversations died mid-sentence. All eyes turned.
Who is she?
Even the king whispered to the queen,
It has been a long time since I've seen such beauty.
The prince himself rushed forward, offering his hand, unable to look away. He led her inside. He danced with her, only her, the entire night. He didn't eat, didn't speak to anyone else, just her. Cinderella moved like a dream, graceful, effortless, untouchable. She even sat beside her own sisters, offering them fruits the prince had given her, yet they did not recognize her. Then, the clock, 11:45, her heart dropped. She stood abruptly, bowed, and fled before anyone could stop her. When her sisters returned, Cinderella ran to open the door, rubbing her eyes as though she had just woken.
How long you've stayed?
She said, stretching lazily.
Was the ball so grand?
You have no idea!
Cried the eldest, breathless with excitement.
There was a princess there, the most beautiful creature I have ever seen in my life. She was dazzling.
Said the younger.
And so gracious. She even spoke to us and gave us oranges and citrons with her own hands.
Cinderella tilted her head, hiding a quiet smile.
Did no one learn who she was?
No!
They said sharply.
No one knows. The prince is desperate. He would give anything to discover her name.
Cinderella's voice softened, almost teasing.
She must be very beautiful indeed. How fortunate you both were. Could I perhaps see her next time? Maybe lend me one of your gowns?
They burst into laughter.
You? In our clothes? Don't be ridiculous. People would die laughing before you even entered the hall.
Cinderella only smiled gently.
As you wish.
The next night, she returned, more radiant than before. The prince was completely captivated now, never leaving her side. But this time, she forgot the warning, forgot the time. Until the first strike of midnight rang through the palace, and Cinderella froze, her breath caught, her heart dropped. She turned and ran. The prince chased her, but she was faster, down the stairs, and in her escape, one glass slipper slipped from her foot. The prince caught it, held it like something sacred. Cinderella ran towards the gate. The clock struck again. Her jewels flickered. Another strike, and the silk unraveled into rags. She ran faster. Outside, the golden carriage groaned, collapsing into a pumpkin. The horses shrank into mice, the coachman into a rat, the footmen scattering as lizards into the dark. And at the final stroke of midnight, everything was gone. She stood there in rags, trembling in the cold night air, with only one glass slipper still on her foot, the other left behind. The prince rushed down moments later, searching wildly.
Did you see her?
He demanded.
The princess. Where did she go?
The guards exchanged uncertain looks.
We saw no princess leave, Your Highness,
said a guard carefully.
No one?
One girl passed, sire, but she was poorly dressed, like a servant or a country girl. Certainly no noble lady.
The prince looked down at the glass slipper in his hand, his grip tightening.
No,
He said quietly.
you are mistaken.
When her sisters returned the next night, Cinderella was waiting once more.
Well,
She asked, as though only mildly curious.
was the beautiful lady there again?
Yes!
They cried at once.
And more enchanting than before. But she vanished again!
Said the younger.
The moment the clock struck 12, she fled as she were being chased.
And in her haste, she dropped one of her glass slippers. The most beautiful thing you can imagine. The prince himself picked it up. He has not taken his eyes off it since.
The other said.
He is completely in love with her.
Cinderella lowered her gaze, her voice soft.
And he still wishes to find her?
He would marry her at once if he could.
They replied. Cinderella turned slightly away, smiling to herself. Days later, a proclamation spread across the kingdom.
Hear ye, a royal proclamation from His Highness the Prince.
The prince would marry the woman whose foot fit the glass slipper. Every noblewoman tried, every lady of rank, every hopeful heart. None succeeded. Then the slipper arrived at Cinderella's home. Her stepsisters forced their feet into it, but it refused them. Cinderella stepped forward, calm, almost amused.
Let me try.
They burst into laughter. But the royal messenger stopped them.
It is only fair.
She sat, slipped her foot in. It fit perfectly, like it had always belonged to her. And then she revealed the second slipper. Silence. Shock. And at that exact moment, her godmother appeared, transforming her once more into the radiant woman from the ball. Her sisters collapsed at her feet, trembling.
It was you. Forgive us.
Cinderella lifted them gently.
I forgive you. Truly. But love me from now on.
She was taken to the prince, and this time he knew he had found her, and he never let her go again. They were married soon after. And Cinderella, who had suffered without bitterness, loved without condition, and endured without breaking, did something no one expected. She brought her sisters into the palace, gave them a place, a future, and even matched them with noblemen of the court. Because in the end, Cinderella did not just rise above cruelty, She transformed it and proved that true beauty was never in the gown or the glass slipper, but in the heart that wore them. The heart of Cinderella is not that a poor girl becomes a princess. It is that she endures cruelty without becoming cruel herself. Despite being mistreated, overworked, and neglected, Cinderella remains kind, humble, and compassionate. While her stepsisters obsess over beauty and status, she possesses true nobility of character. The story contrasts outward appearance with inner worth, showing that genuine goodness is far more valuable than wealth, beauty, or rank. The glass slipper symbolizes authenticity. Fine clothes can be imitated, but true character cannot. And in the end, Cinderella's greatest act is not marrying the prince, but forgiving her sisters and helping them despite everything they did to her. The tale teaches that true beauty is not found in a gown or a glass slipper, but in a heart that remains good even after suffering. This retelling follows the version of Cinderella written by Charles Perrault, the most famous and widely recognized version of the tale, the one that gave us the fairy godmother, the pumpkin carriage, and the glass slipper. However, there is another well-known version by the Brothers Grimm, which tells the story very differently and features a much darker and more brutal ending. If you'd be interested in seeing a cinematic retelling of the Grimm version as well, please let us know in the comments.
What did you think of today's story? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more tales from around the world. If there's a story you'd love to hear next, share it with us below.